Hi there. In today's video, I am taking collage paper that I do not like, or I think I don't like, and cutting simple shapes out of it. Bowls. I actually end up with a bud vase, which I wasn't planning. You could do a mug, a vase. You could do any kind of shape you want. I was trying to think of things that were more representational, I guess would be the best use of the word, but you could do any shape. And then adhering it into a art journal page that I've already like smeared paint on and done a bunch of weird marks and things like that. Like, I don't particularly care for it, but it's ready for some kind of new thing to happen. So I show you two examples of this. I do get a little carried away because my idea was just to glue that bowl or the bud vase into the book, the art journal, and then leave it at that. But I couldn't leave it at that, and so I have to add some embellishments, and so I pull out a few paints and some oil pastels because I'm like, I gotta do this quick because I wasn't really planning. I was kind of planning just to glue it in and then leave it at that. But I decided, for the sake of example, let's just take it to the next level and finish it all the way. And I'm really happy that I did, because it also spurred me on to realize, oh my gosh, these collage papers that I thought I didn't like, I actually at the end, it's like, oh my gosh, I really like them. So anyway, just goes to show you that you just don't know until you get started. And there are simple ways to use up the myriad of collage paper that I know, if I have so much stacks of it, I know you guys do too. So this is a simple way to use it without any, you don't have to feel guilty about it. It's like, okay, I'm gonna cut 10 bowls and then glue them in different places, or stack, you know what, that would be cute. Like, stack the bowls in different sizes. That's for another time, project for another time. Anyway, you can come up with all your own ideas. I just wanna spur you on to start thinking and to start using up collage papers that I know you have laying around. So just another idea, and I hope that you give it a try. So without further ado, let's get started. So here's a stack of collage papers that maybe aren't my favorite, or they're just ones that I have painted. Like, literally, I can tell I've painted something on top of this, so the edges are showing through. So they're just, your more basic ones I don't like maybe as much. It could be ones you love, but I'm gonna start with ones that I don't love. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna create, let's just find one. Let's just take this top one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it over. You could draw the pot or the bowl on the front, but I'm gonna just do it like I don't wanna know what I'm doing. So, and I'm telling you, even though I'm hesitating here, that's not really, okay, I'm trying to do a bowl, and but you could do a vase, you could do a coffee mug, which I have done, and you can see I'm not really even following the lines of my pencil drawing. Okay, so here's my bowl, and I could use these scraps later. I can see it's a little crooked, and that's probably okay. But I can change it and adjust it, okay, I want it to kind of come up a little bit. Maybe I want this corner turned. Okay, so wow, how simple was that? So this is something that I can take and then use as the beginning of something. Like, I can glue this onto a page and then create either flowers coming out of it, or just in and of itself, I could create a pedestal or a plate or something that it sits on, a handle, whatever I wanted to do. But this is a start, and especially I know most of us we create so much collage paper and then we don't do anything with it. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut out a number of bowls, like similar to this. I'm gonna fast forward it, and then I'm gonna take the bowls, I'm gonna choose, I'm not gonna do every one, obviously. And then I'm gonna choose which ones I wanna use and put into to my art journal as the base for something. Usually I'm gonna work on top of paint that I've already done, but I can't predict the future, so I'm not really sure what's gonna happen. But I just wanted to show you this process, how simple it is. And like I said, I didn't say yet, but what you could do is, if you wanted a template, you could certainly print out a bowl or a vase or something that you wanted, and then trace around that. That is perfectly fine. That is not cheating, because you're still using your own collage papers. You're just using a shape from someplace else. So I just want to spur you on to think about some other ideas. I particularly like bowls, and so I'm gonna stick with the bowl theme. I could take this and make it into a handle. If you're thinking you want to do like a mug, you could. That's about as easy as it gets. So I could do a few mugs if I want. I'll just wait and see what happens. And I might just hang on to this part of the scrap paper because it does match in case I get to a place in case I use this and then I want some colors that are similar to include into my paint. So anyway, I'm just going to do a few more of these and then in fast forward, and then I'm going to come back to and I'm going to put one in, at least one into AR.
I know better than to call back. I missed your call, I finally think I'm fine with that. I know it hurts when love bites back, but it's your fault, I wish you'd just accept that. I got a better place to be, where the only focus is me. Me and weightless got me feeling like I'm flying. I've been holding on to these dreams, I'm ready to take the leap, 'cause I've been holding that in your stars.
All right, I found this page in my art journal that it's nothing, there's stuff going on, but I thought it would be fun to put one of these on. And I don't know if you noticed while I was cutting, I also cut some kind of bud vases just for the fun of it. So I've grabbed some matte medium and a brush, and I'm just going to collage one of these on. These, I think I need a big one, probably like this one. I like that. I don't know if I do. I want it sitting on top of these kind of pedestals, or kind of down. I think I want it down. And I like the fact that obviously I was cleaning my paintbrush off on here, and I like how this all goes together. In fact, I probably won't do a lot more to this right now anyway, but I just want to show you, like, go back through your art journals and see if you can find some places to put these in. Now, often, and maybe I will grab some like oil pastels or something just to finish it off, but I do like that. So let's just glue that down and we'll see what happens. So actually, I guess I could have put it on the back of this. Doesn't matter. And this is the deli paper, so it will dry. I mean, it's very sheer is what I want to say. And so the blank parts right here, I can't get my words out today, will come through. The paint on the other side will come through. And I don't know, do I like that up? It kind of feels like it's up in the sky. But I think the point is more to show how to use your old, to put your bowl, to put your pot, whatever it is, within the context of something that you've already started. And for example, this one, okay, I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna grab some things real quick. Okay, I grabbed some white paint. I grabbed an oil pastel and they're off to the side. And I just wanted, because I wasn't planning to spend a bunch of time making a full thing. Hopefully that isn't shaking too much, but let's just say this is some kind of, I don't know, table or something. And we want to have it looking more balanced, not balanced, like it's not just floating in the air. So my idea initially was to kind of put it on top like that, but that wasn't really working. So I'm trying to just do something quick and easy. Let's just have these come all the way down. And like I said, I'm just using an oil pastel. So only paint I'm getting out is some white. Okay, so there you go. You could use markers or crayon, whatever you wanted. And then I'm just going to take some white paint and go around this a little bit more to help it kind of integrate a little bit, and then also just make it a little bit less busy. And then I can have the bowl, I'm gonna kind of put the paint a little bit over it, just so that it doesn't feel like I just glued something directly on there. Now, what I could do is I could take a marker and I could just draw some lines. This is a lot of times what I do. And then I just make a little circle flower at the top, and I can come back in. Maybe I grab, I like odd numbers. I want to make sure I had odd numbers. And then I kind of like this directing your eye kind of over here, and maybe I have it integrated into, I don't know. But let's say I want to just complete this whole thing. Let's grab I'm going to grab a soft pastel in green. And that's probably not green. Let's grab a true green, shall we? Let's grab this. And like we have our stems, some tall, some short, some long. Okay. And I have an even nut. Whoops, there's another one right there. So, okay, and then I grab a coral. How about a coral color? I could have grabbed yellow like that. That's not bad. That's not a bad idea. Let's do that. Okay, so I wasn't really prepared for this, but it's hard to stop once you start. Now, I know this is probably the silliest looking flowers you guys have ever seen in your life, but often that is exactly what I do. That's a simple, because I'm not trying to make flowers like look real or anything like that. So funny how that green is now gone, the whole point of putting it there. So it's kind of on a table. It could be, I could draw some more like legs of something if you wanted, or you could, I don't really know if I like that as well. Or if I wanted to bring in something else for the background, I could. But I think for the sake of what this was, which was it's supposed to be a quick collage, I think the purpose has been met. This is something very quick. I cut my collage into a shape, and there it is. And I'm gonna do another one. Okay, I decided to use this little bud vase on this crazy page because I think I'm gonna either paint it black. I have my white out, but I might grab some black just to continue to get the black, get the craziness down is what I'm trying to say. And there was a little bit left over from this, if you remember. And of course I got a little rambunctious and I did this off camera before I turned it on. But I thought, oh, how fun is this? I'm gonna create this other alternative piece over here, something like this. Maybe I'll cut that down just a hair, the bottom. I kind of went nutsy, didn't I? I like that little bowl on top of a little pedestal. And I don't know if I'll have flowers coming out of this or if I'll leave this here. And I did glue this little 105 from the page number on there. It's interesting. I thought this is turning out to be one of my favorites. And basically it's a tea bag that has been glued onto a book page. And then I just left it, and then now I thought it was nothing, but now I really, really like it. So, and this could be a little bit shorter. And this is a vintage book journal that I'm working in right here. So, and maybe this needs to be a little bit smaller. Let's just try that. It's a little wonky, but I just thought it was kind of fun. Like what shape could I make? What could I use and have them the two sides coordinate? Not that they have to do that, like they could be completely different. But okay, let's glue them down and let's just see where this goes. I'm going to I wasn't expecting, this is not what I was expecting to do. So, but that's how it goes, right? You start with one thing, next thing you know, it leads to something else. And I think that is the fun of being creative and not fully planning everything out. And I understand sometimes you do want to plan things out, you want an end result. Totally get that. But it is sometimes fun just to see where things lead and not always know the end result. And clearly that is the case here. Did not know what I was actually gonna do. And that does can lend itself to some, bad results, but often the bad results or the weird results like this, who would have thought? I never would have thought I would use that other part of the paper to create something. You just don't know. And who knew? These were all my least favorite collage papers, and who knew they were going to lead to some kind of fun activity like this. So, okay, so we have those down. That one, I'm going to use my Catalyst wedge. They seem like they're popping up. And maybe it's because they already have some kind of collage on there, so they're not wanting to lay down quite as nicely. And I do think I'm gonna grab some black paint This was not supposed to be an exercise in painting, but I'll leave my white off to the side because I very well might need it. Let me grab some black container. It is actually more transparent, and let's see what, I don't need a lot. Let me grab a brush, and let's see what happens. Okay, and this has, my brush has a little bit of water on it, but this bone black is kind of cool because it's a little more transparent, well, a lot more transparent than the other blacks. So you can see through to the lower, the layers below a little bit more than you would with a different black. Okay. That helps because it kind of takes away some of that where you're like, I don't even know what I'm looking at. It's so crazy. And I don't mind that it's getting on there. I kind of do, and I think I said this in the last one, I do like them slightly integrated. So if a little bit of paint gets on, it's just not like, oh, I've got this thing that's just glued on. And like, let's see if I can be a little bit intentional. Use the side of my brush maybe. Oh yeah, I like that better. Okay, so I guess the question is, I think this one is fine. I don't think I will do anything to that. Although I could almost see some circles. You see how this blue is coming through? I love that. This could have one bud. It would have to be short. It does need something. I'm not sure. I don't think I have any of that leftover paper that I used because I could, but I could put one bud, one thing there, and these, I don't know why that lends itself to ball. I'm gonna turn this off. In my speed to work on this, I realized that I glued these down. I glued these 3 circles down. I cut them from Collage. I was gonna go around them a little bit with this bone black, so they kind of are a little more integrated as well. And then I took oil pastel and painted some flowers on this side, which I like, kind of. I don't like it quite as well as I thought I would. And so I'm not really sure, you know, sometimes you can fix things and sometimes it just is what it is. So you don't have to think everything is amazing. And maybe if I was trying to coordinate these colors and maybe I'm trying to be a little too matchy and that can work against you sometimes. So I'm gonna add a little lighter color across the top here. Maybe make those slightly bigger so that it's, there you go, there. I think that's better. Okay, I like that better now. So anyway, I hope this inspires you to use up your random collage papers, particularly the papers that you may think that you don't like. Like that's what these were for me. And then just see what you can do. Cut them into simple shapes and then use a page in your art journal that maybe already has a background that you don't particularly like or you don't really know what to do with. And look, you can create something from nothing, and it's a fun way just to get in there and use papers up, and you never know what's going to happen. Like who saw that coming? Not me. Also, I want to apologize for the glare. I can see on camera now that there is a slight glare, and I apologize for that. I'm not sure if my lights are too bright or too dim or what the problem is today. So I apologize for that. So anyway, I hope this inspires you to use up your collage papers and do something fun and whimsical that you may not consider otherwise. So go cut your bowl and your bud vases and whatever this happens to be, a pedestal with a bowl, and have some fun today, being creative. And thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.